Hi everybody, my name is Dawn Jewell. I am the South Platte River Basin Water Resources Supervisor for the City of Aurora, and I'm also your DARCA president. One of the reasons why I like DARCA so much is it brings together people from all sorts of different jobs and all sorts of lines of work, and it helps us all work towards a single goal, which is making things work in Colorado with our water together cohesively. Come along with me today as I show you what a water resources supervisor does on a day-to-day basis.
As a supervisor, I have an office, but most of our staff work in cubicles. Fun equipment is stored in the cubicles or in our big multi-purpose storage rooms. Even the crazy stuff. We take breaks in coffee rooms, and sometimes we sit in meetings in rooms that are set up for video conferencing so we can talk to people all around the world.
Hey guys, one of the things that I get to do in my job is present to the city council when we have a project or an agreement we want to get into. It's sometimes kind of intimidating to stand in here and have to present to your city council, which includes your mayor, it includes your city manager, it includes all of your elected city council members. Pretty intimidating. Being a water resource supervisor means that sometimes I get to work at home rather than working in the office. A lot of people who work in the office nowadays are getting to do what they call remote work, where they actually get to be home. And sometimes we get visits from our kitty cats, we get to see our dogs, and yet we get to keep working on everything we're working on. Being a water resource supervisor means that I supervise a team of water resource specialists. Water resource specialists work on 3 different things. They work on water acquisitions, which means purchasing or finding new water rights for their entities. They work on water protection because water in Colorado has its own water court system. That means that they're responsible for going to water court to protect the water. They're responsible for doing accounting to protect the water. They're responsible for doing many things, all under that premise of doing protection. And the third thing that they do is development of water rights. That means building new reservoirs or dam structures to hold the water back. It means helping to develop where pipelines may need to be put in. It means developing agreements with different entities to ensure your water rights get to where they need to be. Some days I spend my time with our ditch companies, and the reason why someone like me who works in water resources at a city works with ditch companies is because water touches every aspect throughout the state of Colorado, and we have different types of uses. Some are agricultural uses, like we have primarily in our ditches, and some are municipal, like we do when you go inside your bathroom and turn on your water tap. We all use the same water, and our ditch companies are partners in the state of Colorado in terms of what water rights we have access to and how we can move that water around. When I was a kid, I didn't know that I wanted to work in water resources. In fact, when I went from high school into college, I started out as an electrical engineer. But I found some classes that really piqued my interest dealing with resources of the world. One of those resources being water, and I got a job working at the U.S. Geological Survey as an intern. An easy job to get when you're in college, and your college can help set that up. It allowed me to work with snowpack in the mountains, and that kind of sparked my interest on water and how it impacts us everywhere. When I started my career in water resources, it wasn't as a supervisor. I started out doing field work as a water resources engineering assistant. That fieldwork consisted of checking monitoring wells in the ground to see what our water table was like. It meant getting my hands dirty, getting my knees dirty. It meant days out in the sun enjoying that fieldwork. But it also introduced me to all the different waterways that we have in our cities that we don't pay any attention to on a day-to-day basis. I bet you have a creek near your house and you probably didn't pay much attention to it or think of where that water comes from or goes, but that creek is part of your water rights, which is fascinating to think about. One of the things I also did in those creeks is we would check and see how fast and how much water was moving. We would do stream flow studies on those creeks within the cities. So I used to get pretty dirty. Nowadays, as a water resource supervisor, I manage those people who actually work in the field, and I sit at a desk most of the time. Being a water resource supervisor means that I manage people, and it's actually one of the most rewarding things that I've gotten to do in my career, because I work with some of the most amazing people, and most people in water resources are passionate about their jobs. We love what we do. We love that we work for the citizens that we're working for, and you just enjoy coming to work every day. Even when work is at home, you still enjoy getting to sit down at your computer or get on the phone or be on a video conference with somebody important throughout the city. It's a really rewarding job to have.